The San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce is here to help local businesses. It works as a policy advocate and helps connect businesses to each other and important resources. Joining us live today is Stefanie Benvenuto, the Vice President of Public Affairs for the Chamber, to talk about some issues of local interest. Stephanie, thanks for making time for us today. Appreciate you joining us. First thing I wanted to just jump into, there's California's new composting law. It's 1383, passed back in 2016. We've talked about it, residential aspects. People are going to have to get used to it at home, but this sounds like a big challenge for businesses right in the middle of a pandemic.
Well, I think that everything probably is a little bit of a challenge for a business in a pandemic, and the ones that I'm talking to can definitely confirm that. But yeah, like you said, in 2016, we had a law that passed that said that our food-generating businesses were going to need to find a way to move anything that was still edible into the mouths of people who could eat it. And if you're a food-generating business, you probably already know that, but maybe you're a little newer to this discussion. That's supermarkets, restaurants, venues, bars, places that have a lot of excess food. So if you're one of those businesses and at the end of the day, end of the week, you've got a boatload of extra hot dogs and hot dog buns or whatever that is, you're supposed to have an agreement with another organization who's going to come pick that up and make sure that that edible food gets donated. Good news is, if that's a little bit daunting, there is a list of organizations that most San Diegans already know and love available and pretty easy to find. Those are groups like Rescue Mission, Neighborhood House, Alpha Project, Food Bank. And so this is a really good time with regard to food bank demand being up, but maybe a kind of tough time for businesses that are adjusting to this rule. Good news is, though, you got about 2 years before this is fully in effect. And I do know that the city of San Diego and other jurisdictions are hoping to help. But got to get on it.
Yeah, it sounds like you have some willing partners in the community that want to take advantage of that. Okay, cannabis, legal marijuana has been going on in California for a couple of years now, but it's new. So we have to have new regulations, new support systems. The City of San Diego's Cannabis Business Division, CBD, interestingly enough, it's moving forward with new personnel and funding. What are some of the challenges in setting that up, in new regulation, and in dealing with that as a prospective business owner?
Yeah, CBD, who says government can't make jokes, is a department within the city of San Diego. 2016, when we legalized cannabis, we had a new legal industry on our hands, new businesses that test, that produce, that sell, and a number of them are actually our chamber members, actually about probably over a dozen now. And this legal institution that we are now dealing with is going through the rigmarole, figuring out how to get their business up and running and how to do it in a legal framework, right? It's legal at the state and within the city, not so much at the federal level. So they're dealing with a lot of cash. That means a lot of security concerns. Their permitting process is pretty heavy because as a sensitive use, they can only be in certain spots. There's also a limited number of cannabis operations that can exist within each city council district. So you've got a really, really narrow framework where cannabis operations can occur. However, I will say that it's a fascinating industry and it's one that is generating quite a good amount of tax dollars for the city. So we shouldn't knock it even if maybe you're not participating in it. I'd encourage everybody to go check out one of these new legal sites, get familiar with the one that's operating in their council district, and stay tuned because this is going to continue to be a growing industry with a huge impact on the city's bottom line.
All right, Stephanie, got less than a minute left. This is a part I like to call the Chamber's Not So Secrets. You guys like to help businesses find some funding, help them get going. What are one of the ways they can do that this week? You picked one for us.
Yeah, so Cal Competes tax credit is one that has a deadline coming up, so I thought it made the most sense. January 24th is when the rolling application, or for this application round, is going to end. And it is a grant. It's also a tax credit program. You can only apply for one. What's the eligibility? You have to be a business in California that's trying to grow or create jobs. And it's a pool of, I think, $140 million this round. If you miss this round, you can apply in March, but there's no cap to how many times you can apply. So this is a great opportunity to get yourself familiar with the process. Hopefully you get something. In the past, San Diego has been pretty successful, and you can apply for funds to help create good jobs in the area.
There you go.
That is easy enough at calcompetes.ca.gov.
All right, Stefanie Benvenuto, Vice President of Public Affairs for the San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for having you today, and I hope you get to be here regularly with us.
I hope so too. Thank you, guys.